I am often told to touch grass, an action that Open Dictionary defines as meaning one needs to come back to reality. You need to get some fresh air and get back in touch with how the real world works. However, those people telling me to touch grass also fit into the fact that I live in Florida, the state which is not only 90% peninsula, but also extremely humid since we're surrounded by a gulf and an ocean. And it's reasons I can't comprehend because my brain was discovered to heat so long ago. I think I did actually discover a way to help with that though. Video games, where the whole entire point is to do stuff one would do outside like touch grass. Besides the 2022 hit game Touch Some Grass. Yippee! Obviously me being a complete tool aside, they're all legitimately video games themed on the outside. Hunting games, nature games, horse games, exploration games that did not age well. There's literally so many, I think this entire video could be me listing those genre of games. One that does come to mind is Wii Sports Resort, the 2009 sports simulation sequel to Wii Sports set on a tropical island, and the only reason I say this is because today I'm going to be taking a look at something similar, Cabela's Adventure Camp, the 2011 summer camp themed competition game. I received the game as a gift from my grandmother when I was younger and I don't remember anything about it, and Wikipedia doesn't remember anything either because even though it's in the list of Cabela's video games, it doesn't have a Wikipedia page of its own. So those who are allowed to make Wikipedia pages, get on it. But I'm sure that isn't a precursor to this game's quality, and to see if that's true, we need to really take a look at this game, starting with the cover. The cover. Oh good, the logo's on wood, so you know this game will be tough. Apparently I can have fun giving my friends just like how this kid is gonna crush this other kid with a jet ski. And that's not even common on this kid riding a bike. He looks off. Actually, everyone on this cover looks off. Obviously his stylized looks like they're from a 1950s advertisement, and where did these signs point? Half of them point off screen and the other half point to the lodge, which is blocked via the river. But why don't we take a look at the back? Oh hey look, they're advertising griefing some more. This time it's interactive! Whoa! This easy to pick up and play game is a blast for kids of all ages. Really now, who said that? IGN? Apparently not, because they didn't rate this game! And apparently the Skunk Hill looking girl on the back is a winner in what looks like Impact Font. I really don't know what point the game is in when nobody's images were taken, but I can only hope it was alpha. I really hope it was alpha. But why don't we go ahead and take a look at the game? The game. More specifically the intro in this case. Oh my god, this is so quiet. And oh my god, why did the kids look like they're lighted poorly? And why does the game counter look so shiny and smooth that someone rubbed butter on him? And the lip syncing, it's done so poorly. His mouth is a full-on rectangle sometimes. I don't even think he blinks once during this actually. It's so insane and uncanny, it's not even funny. All these kids look like they used Tumblr during 2011, and this new character along with the rest of the characters move so slow. They all move like they're from Monster House, but I don't think they used any motion tracker. But in terms of the story, the whole point is that the grieful Greg was the best camper, but he does a little bit of trolling since that gives him life. Base might I add. So we can do two things in this game. We can partake in Cabela's Cup, which is 7 games we play to come out on top, or we can participate in free play, which is every game in the Cabela's Cup ready for us to play. Unfortunately, if I wanted to take a look at everything, I would have to get a silver medal in some of the games. But even then it doesn't matter since you can pick everything in the Cabela's Cup. But I think I can get the general idea with what we have right now. I'll do the Cabela's Cup since that's the main point of the game, but I will take a look at the games I couldn't play. The Cabela's Cup. Wow, this game looks like it's from the bargain bin. How the Cabela's Cup works is that we pick a child, randomizing who they are until the sense of self is known with a fit or liking. After that, we play the game's version of rock, paper, scissors, Bear Hunter, Ninja, before the activities are picked at random. It ends with a game of Hog Wrecked. The first 2 games are always what we play at the start and end. In terms of our characters, we can pick through Veronica, Josie, Sage, Kyle, Bulky, and or Low. The customization options leave so much to be desired, especially for 2011, and for some reason we have this towering angle when we customize the pants, while when we customize the hair, we barely see it. Day 1. Bear Hunter Ninja takes advantage of the Wii's motion controls, something that sometimes works on a good day on a good game. Hunter beats Bear, Bear beats Ninja, and Ninja beats Hunter. To choose Ninja you go down, Hunter is forward, and Bear is up. Also, why is the game console here? It looks so wrong. Like his height just... Everything about it's so uncanny. Why are these 2 characters moving in the same way over and over? I don't get it. Also, yeah, as expected the motion controls didn't work at all.
They didn't move it again.
Surprisingly though, after Bail Hunt and Enter, we can select games at random or manually. I did random, but when recording the gameplay for this, I recreated what I got. In no order, it's Sporting Clays, Biking 2, Kayaking 2, Archery 3, Skeet 1, and the end of the weekend cup off with Hog Wrecked. Day 2. First, the Sporting Clays. With 5 shots, we have to shoot 5 clays by aiming at the TV and shooting with a beat. Fairly unrealistic, but I can imagine worse ways to simulate it. In terms of how the game is from the get-go, the clays move so slow and the gunshot is so loud. We have to wait for the clays to slowly shadow until we move on to the next stance to deal with more slow-moving clays and loud gunshots. The clays moving slowly isn't good for a challenge either, since after getting the hang of it quickly, might I add, you can shoot all 5. Some of them also manage to stay on the same path. Afterwards, the points are added up with an accuracy bonus and we're all ranked. Day 3. Biking is played by racing downhill and collecting coins. We tilt the remote and press up on the D-pad for a boost, and jump it too. Whoever gets the fastest time and most collected items wins. I don't think I can imagine a slow-moving biking minigame. The turning feels glitchy, and get this, Greg the Griefer shows up to knock over entire trees, possibly killing the kids! This isn't a Griefer, this is a psychopath! We actually know when he shows up with an annoying laugh, and an image of him on the side. The only time I felt like this game was smooth was at the end, after I stopped playing. Something that makes literally no sense. Day 4. Kayaking is played just like biking, but we're in a river instead. We either don't get a speed boost and press left and right to paddle instead of, I don't know, moving the remote like a paddle? But hey, you couldn't get the motion controls to work right for the first game, so what do I know? I did actually have fun with this one. I don't know how to explain it, but it's so scuffed, it's fun. If you spam the left and right buttons on the D-pad, you can make a character move like it's in agony. And the game is fairly fast-paced, and it's actually kinda fun. Granted, it's not the greatest. I would much rather play the little canoeing practice in Wii Sports Resort since you get to rescue cute ducks. I also felt the remote vibrate, so add that onto the D-pad press, and my fingers felt a little off. Day 5. In order to reshoot puck targets, but not the deal. Never the deal. We control the same way in Sporting Clays, and we have to reload with more motion controls. Joy. It's hard for me to describe how I feel about how this game is played. It feels slow, even though we can hit a target to hit a firebox which shoot multiple bucks. The background music also doesn't help at all. And this one doesn't have Greg. I think this one would be better if it was more like Whack-A-Mole, where bucks and deers are showing up and going away in a set time limit. Even better if Greg makes it look like there's a buck when it's actually a deer. Could be a fun way to spice things up. Day 6. Skeet is played like Sporting Clays, where we hit clay targets that can also be blown up with dynamite. Why is dynamite involved in a place for those kids? I don't know. But this one was actually kind of fun. Yes, the gunshot and targets being slow is still there, but instead we have to shoot as many as we can in a set time limit. I mean, there's flying targets all over. One thing I didn't like, however, was the gunshot making my remote vibrate. I think the dynamite made it vibrate too. Either way, this could have been a lot worse. Day 7. This is basically Simon Says. No, I'm serious. We have to hit 4 groundhogs in the order they sing, and we hit them like how else we'd hit them. With the B button! Why? I don't know! In terms of this game, this one was boring. All you do was wait for them to sing, then hit them, and then repeat until the 10 rounds are up or you lose. It's literally just Simon Says. We don't even get any background music, like all we get is just noises of nature. And I can kind of understand why they would do this, but it really is just no. Also, these groundhogs look wrong. Like there's something out of an animated movie like GeForce, but slightly more cartoony. In my opinion, they don't work with how the humans look, especially the shiny camp counselor who doesn't work with anything. It's so shiny. The ending. But yeah, I won, and apparently there's actually custom victory dialogue for every character, which is honestly kinda cool, but it's just that, no cheering, nothing from Greg, just, hey I won, LMAO. It's honestly kinda sad, but oh well. And hey, guess what? We still have 2 games to look at, ignoring the numbers since those are just different maps. I'm still going to take a look at Array of Unnamed Fissions, so why don't we start off with the former? All we do here is race through the Camp Lake. There's different zones, but we have to collect more coins to go to them. We tilt with the remote, press up and down on the D-pad to speed up and brake respectfully, and 2 to jump. At first I thought this was going to be similar to biking or kayaking, but it wasn't. I think my remote was buzzing the entire time to simulate the engine, but I wasn't a fan of it at all. It's annoying, and it makes my hands feel wrong afterwards. Greg was here, but I have no idea what he does, so oh well, I guess. Fishing! It's fishing! Okay, I'm kidding. All we do is catch fish in the order of the pattern on screen. Aim with the remote, cast would be all the jazz with the pulling back too. This one is kind of like Hogwarts, but slightly more boring. There's only 3 types of fish, and it's hard to see if they're on your line. And as expected, the remote is buzzing again. If anything, this game might be one of, if not the worst one here. Closing thoughts. Going into this game, I expected a minigame collection like Wii Sports Resort. I think that would have been cool, and technically yes, it does do that job well, but the only games to really leave an impression on me are kayaking and skeet. I think if anything, they could have added a bit more games, like for example horse riding. That's something people do at Summer Camp, I think. We also could have used their own Miis. This did come out on the Wii in 2011, mind you. The same year Mario Kart 7 came out. Different consoles, different genres of games, still fun. Hey, maybe this game was someone's favorite when they were younger, but I was 6 when this game came out, just about 4 months away from being 7. If you locked me in a room and asked me to play this, or pick anything else, I would probably pick anything else. Don't get me wrong, this game isn't bad, it's playable, mostly, but there just isn't anything right home other than the short games it has, and that is being extremely generous sometimes. And because of that, along with everything else from the weird graphics and music looping per game to some of the games feeling slower than the real-life counterparts, I'm gonna give this game 3.7 Greg the Reapers out of 10. You can play it, but if it were me, which it is right now, I would just play the fullest version of every game and not pick up the game ever again, and that is exactly what I'll do. I think if anything does that, I gave this a higher rating than the 2012 movie Fred Free, Camp Fred, the last Fred movie, the Fred Trilogy, revolving around Fred going to a summer camp, competing in camp competitions to win a trophy, and being an unmemorable piece of entertainment from the 2010s. So, if anything, as far as I'm concerned, this game and Camp Free are one and the same. Oh, and I am not reviewing Fred the movie, Fred 2, Night of the Living Fred, and Fred Free, Camp Fred. I have better things to do. Like touch grass. Yeah, I'm using the same joke again. I don't give a shit. And well, that is the second ever episode of Danspection. And this time it's of a game I actually have a physical version of. Wild, I know. I definitely do feel like maybe the game is good, but it tries so hard to be good whenever it just isn't. It's fine, no, it's slightly worse than fine, and just, it's so sad. And apparently there was a trailer for it, but it's really not that memorable. Like, yeah, it does make the game seem kind of cool, epic, and fast-paced, but oh my god. And apparently this also isn't even for the Wii, it's for multiple, separate consoles. Like the Xbox 360. I don't know, maybe it would be slightly better on that, but I really don't know. Did you own this game? Did you not own this game, but enjoyed this review anyways? Let me know in the comments below, because that's what they're there for. I say words, and you listen to them.